It should be live. I hit go live. It'll tell me what's going on eventually. Hi guys, welcome back. We're here again. A little less set up today. Was down to the wire trying to finish the video I was working on. That's why I'm a little bit behind. Let me just pull you up on my Chromebook to make sure things are going right. I'm live, thank you, Phoenix. You're the real one. I can always trust you guys to have my back when I have no idea what's going on. I also found out a way to maybe add background music. It should play when we're doing the draw time. But it's like I turned down the volume really, really low, so I don't even know if it's gonna pop up. So we'll get to that once we get to our first sprint. But we're back. It is Creative Commons Throwback Thursday. I don't know what this little butt thing is here, but okay, sure, thanks. Hi, kitty. And then Golden Cheese Forever popped in as well. Hello. If you're not busy, welcome to join us. I don't know what you want me to do with you, Mr. Bot, but okay. Yeah, might as well, because I don't know what to do with that. I use Stream Elements for like my overlay and stuff, but it's like I didn't ask you to pop in, and it's also like we don't need a bot. I don't need a bot. I don't think I did not hire any bots in the supervision of this live here. So yes, thank you, Phoenix. Well, I must be doing something right. I got a bot. Woo. Anywho, today, what hasn't been as productive as like the past couple days, but I know that I need to have like recovery days. So we got groceries today. We went to the gym. Trying to catch up on the last few like remaining tidbits from 2025, because I realized very uncomfortably that it's January 29th. What happened to January? January never goes this fast. Why is it already basically February? How did that happen? So freaking out just a little bit. I did manage to get the last video done that I needed to do for my backlog, I guess. So that one will go up in February, but it's done now. So yay, can take that off the list once it's posted. Other than that, we're getting started together today with some throwbacks. We're gonna do some fun throwback stuff. So hopefully Shayna pops in, because Shayna would be really excited. I should probably message her and be like, hey, Miss, you've been wanting a certain something. But she might be working. Let me see. So in honor of Throwback Thursday, I dove into my old sketchbooks. Like, when did I start? 2003? Has it been 23 years? How old am I? Makes sense, yeah. I mean, I've been drawing definitely like in my notebook, like in class well before then, but I'm pretty sure my first sketchbook was like 2003. 8, 7, 6, 5. Yeah, it's like 2003, 2004 was my first sketchbook. So I don't have dates. I didn't write dates on all the pages, and I had to take pictures of a lot of my old sketchbook pages because they're buried. So I dug up those pictures essentially. And Oh, that's not how you spell throw. Throwback. Thursday. Alright, we sent a message. Cool. Yes, little me. 10, 11-year-old me. Because I think I got into writing at the same time. Like I wrote my first novel when I was like 10, 11. So I was homeschooled and I had that ability to like do stuff on my own time. So that will not see the light of day. There's no salvaging it, but it happened. So we're gonna look at some sketchbook pages, just 2 in particular for today's throwback. Oh, Thog is here as well. Hi, Thog. Hello. Yeah, January flew by as far as getting stuff done, but also sometimes felt so slow. Like, maybe the first week felt slow, but I think once, like, I say like a lot. How do I stop? Once the cold days really hit, and we were inside more, and it was just, I was doing pretty good waking up semi-early, and then it became 9, 10 o'clock because I don't work till like second shift, and that's when the days got real short. So I blame myself a little bit there with essentially wasting my time or burning through my time, but in the same vein, why is it January 29th? It'll be interesting to look at my like full monthly review and see what I actually got done, because it feels like it didn't do nothing. It feels like it should be week 1. Let's see. Phoenix has very little of younger me's creative stuff, but I really started writing in 2nd grade. That's when I started calling myself a writer anyway. Aw, that's a long writing history. That's a long one for sure. 2nd grade? Wow. I was doodling lions in my notebooks at school in 2nd grade. And it wasn't until 4th grade that I got a rival. 4th or 5th grade. They moved up from like Alabama or something, but he could draw so good. And I went from becoming the draw person to he was the draw person. And I was like, so I had a rival at the end of my primary school days. Was homeschooled and was able to flourish. Lots of how to draw books, lots of writing in my free time. So yeah, if anyone's questioning homeschooling, it can be done right. It can. Let's see. Thog says, all of younger me's creative stuff burned in a fire, and I started writing around 12 as well. Oh man. I feel like we talked about that before because you had lost so much stuff. Was that in the past few years? That wasn't that recent, was it? Was that while we knew each other? I vaguely remember you bringing up the fire in some prior conversation, who knows when, but ow! Did not just smash my hand. Kitty lost most of my cool art I did in school because it got all water damaged when we had a pipe break. Oh man, the disasters are hitting y'all. I'm sorry. That's unfortunate. I think that might have been, now that I think about it, it's a good reason, a good thing that I took a bunch of pictures of my sketchbooks, but I initially did it because when I moved to Japan and I'd come back to visit after my first year, I kind of knew that I might not come back. So I went through all my sketchbooks, I took pictures of the stuff I liked and thought was valid, and I definitely got rid of some stuff, but I don't remember what I got rid of, so it probably wasn't important. Long and short of it is, I'm having here these disaster stories. You know, do I think about looking at my old sketchbooks from way back then? Not very often. But I'm glad that I have the pictures now. Would definitely say that. Oh wait, we went wrong way. Wrong way. There's the menu. It was in 2012. In fact, 15 years ago this month. Oh man. Yeah, you definitely brought it up. Shayna's here. Hi, Shayna. You saw my message. Good, because I have not started yet, but you're going to appreciate today's throwback. Phoenix asked my teacher to be my editor, and she agreed. She let me stay in during recess to write stories. Also, she started me journaling every day, which I did for years. I wrote constantly. Oh, that's a good teacher. If you ever find or run into that teacher again, like, let them know they're a good teacher. My high school advisor, he wasn't my advisor freshman year, but I like asked for him to be my advisor after that, because he's the one who, I was in his study hall and he saw me just drawing in my sketchbook, and he's like, well, why don't you make a comic? And I said, challenge accepted. So huge props to him. I'm still in contact with him, but much less so. Like, I have his number and his email, but it'll be months between, if that, months if not years between contact. So very lucky to have that person in my life. Between him and my mom was a huge support too. Who bought all them hard to draw books? Mom. Who kept taking me to the library? Mom. Who let me do my thing? Mom. So if mom pops up, thank you, mom. Thank you. Oh man, and you had journals stolen by a whack job stalker? What has happened to everybody's creative stuff? Like, fire, water, and we're just gonna throw the stalker to the wind. I'm waiting for like an earth shake or something. Please not here though. Shayna's to add to the disaster train. Oh no. No. I called out for telling a customer, I'm sorry you're experiencing this, so now I have to figure out new positioning. Definitely not as bad as losing artwork though. Right, but like, that's a basic phrase to empathize, but it's also like, it's, people unload on us all the time, so it's, I don't feel like you did anything wrong there at all. Like, maybe if you're getting repositioned so you don't have to deal with that type of customer, like, yay, but some people, what word do we want to use? Some people couldn't cut it. If this was real survival mode, some people wouldn't cut it. That's all I can say. Yeah. Oh, and Maggie popped in. Hi, Maggie. Just got home, and now to make orange teriyaki chicken and fried veggie rice. Making us hungry already. Love it. And Maggie had 2 comic books eaten by goats. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna put goats in the earth category then, since they're animals, and animals are often related to the earth element. So we've had fire, water, wind adjacent, and earth attack everybody's creative stuff. What the hey? Oh, I feel a losing work in my soul. Oh, went to great elementary school. It was an art and science school that just happened to be my neighborhood. We need more of those. We definitely need more of those. Yes, customer service is interesting. Working with the public is interesting. Not ideal, but gives you some good character ideas, I'll tell you that. Maggie making me hungry again, right? Without fail, we will talk about food. Let's see, Shayna agrees, but they don't want us using it because they're now saying that is an admission of guilt on the company. It's called customer service company. Like, it's part of your training to use such phrasing because it's not saying the company's guilty necessarily, but it's acknowledging their icky is icky. It does sound better than Soul Sucking Rage Fest inspired, so you know, interesting. We'll go with interesting. Alrighty, so let me try to switch this over. I have a mostly blank screen right now, but okay. Cool. We have our blank canvas here. There will be a timer later. I don't know if you can hear any background music at all. It should be very, very low. It may or may not even show up, like, but I'm not gonna mess with it too much because I can't hear it on my end unless I am like turn on my YouTube audio, and then you can we don't need the playback. But here on our very lovely blank canvas, I dug up a couple pieces of art from what we're estimating is 2003, 2004. For those who don't recognize these characters, on the left is Inuyasha, a half dog demon, half human main character, and Kagome, the 15-year-old high school girl who fell down the well back into feudal Japan and has to team up with Inuyasha to find the jewel shards. Synopsis right there for you. This was probably one of the first animes that I recognized as an anime, not just another cartoon show that was on that was probably an anime, but everything was a cartoon back then. And these particular scenes, this little sketch here, was referenced from a PlayStation video game. PlayStation 1 or something. It was just an Inuyasha, like, kind of fighting style game. And if you got through parts of their storyline, you would get screenshots. So I got the screenshots and I sat there with my little sketchbook, and this is all like graphite pencil and colored pencil, I believe. No, maybe it kind of looks like a little crayon on the... It does look like it might have been colored in crayon, to be honest. But a mix of the two, right? This was little me, 23 years ago, drawing these. This is what the characters actually look like. So, obviously done by a professional artist, right? What the characters look like? My drawing. What the characters look like? My drawing. We are gonna redraw them today with my current art capabilities, art style, whatever you want to call it, and see how it goes. One of the fun things that I set up for myself this year was multiple bingo boards that give me the opportunity to do not my art, quote unquote. Well, some of them are my art, my characters, but one of them is for anime, and using either like the first letter of the character's name or the show, in this case Inuyasha. The show is also Inuyasha, so I get the I. I can place that on the bingo board once I finish the drawing. So we gonna do that tonight, and we'll draw a little bit of something Inuyasha style, or you know, my style of Inuyasha. We haven't quite figured out what we're doing with it yet, if we're just gonna go straight portrait or have fun, but we're gonna draw Inuyasha. Let me check out your... I'm gonna pop here just so I can see your guys' chat. I can see it below, like in my viewer, but this way y'all know what I'm talking about. Oh, stream elements. No, that was earlier. That will refresh. Should refresh and catch up. There it goes. There it goes. Actually, no, it didn't catch up totally over there, so I'm looking... this is mirrored, so when I look where you guys are, I should be looking there, but it's fine. It's fine. Now it's updated. Phoenix says, I was never very good at customer service for corporations. I was fine in small businesses, though. Okay, yep, so you guys can hear it enough to know you're there. Perfect. So that's kind of just so like when we're doing the sprint, something is there and it's not like this dead silence. So it'll just be there when we're sprinting in the background, but I will have my timer ready so I don't miss it because we're doing 30 minutes on the clock today. Stares at phone like I don't know how to use it. So we need 30 minutes. Alright, that's ready. And then yes, Kagome and Inuyasha. I've not thought about Inuyasha in so long, says Kitty. Maggie says my eldest and youngest loved that show. And then Shayna says, dumb question, but what is graphite pencil? So it's basically it's another form of lead to my knowledge. I'm pretty sure I wasn't using like a regular number 2, but I had a set of drawing pencils. So they were all different like weights and hardnesses. I've not used these pencils in a long time, so if anybody wants to talk about pencils, feel free to take over. But one of those pencils that produced some form of lead or graphite, I guess. It's a graphite pencil. You know what, it could have been a lead pencil at this point. I don't know. It was 23 years ago. But I drew it in pencil. I sketched it in pencil, whatever I did. Yeah, they're basically just regular pencils. Phoenix says, oh my goodness, little you was adorable and incredibly talented. How fun. This will be a fun... Hi, Mom! We were thanking you earlier for encouraging all my drawing and writing and all of this. So, kudos to you. Let's see, Phoenix might do a repeat of yesterday and use the first sprint to move my body. Kitty willing. Perfect. Well then let's jump into that first sprint, because like I said, it's going to be 30 minutes and I need to figure out how I'm going to tackle Inuyasha 23 years later. I should have thought ahead, but we're gonna figure that out. So let's pop back to the drawing screen. Katie says, I would talk about pencils, but I don't have the English words for that. Fair. Fair. There's a lot that can be said about pencils. Okay, let me pop over here so you guys are gonna see the drawing in action, and the timer is, sorry, pointing up in that corner. You can see it now. 30 minutes on the clock, 30 minutes on my phone, and when that's done, we'll see where we're at with Inuyasha, and we'll just keep going. We're doing a throwback today, so let's dive back in to 2003-ish. 2003, 2004-ish. Alright, I'm gonna mute myself now in 3, 2, 1, go! We're back. We are back in action, guys. How you doing? How's it going? I think I got everything right. I don't know what that said. Be back soon. Oh, yeah, I have to edit that. I'll fix that timer later. It's fine. Where were we? Fennec says, it's Throwback Thursday. Try not to overthink it. Just draw like a kid would. Then I would be overthinking, am I drawing like a kid? Because of me drawing, I don't even know. Like, how do I slip back to that mindset of drawing like a kid? How do I do that? How does one do it? But I just dove into it and just drew some, like, I'll show you guys. I mean, some of you guys were watching, but turn that off. We don't need the timer right now. Whoops. I started on a second sketch, so let me show you guys where we were at. For reference, here's the two characters we're working with, Inuyasha and Kagome. And I think this is just going to show it all at once, so I need to... I kind of like it better without the color, but whichever version, this is definitely more in my style, and saying that I have a style is a very recent thing for me because I've been aspiring and admiring other styles for so long and like trying to get closer to that I didn't even realize that I was already I have a style. But I really like how Inuyasha turned out. Like, it's not quite, you know, it's not quite this Inuyasha, but I'll take it. I'll take it. It's definitely got form to it. Some flow. It's not as staticky. Like, look at this hair. What are these lines? What is this line? What is this line? I know he has like some chord across him, but I don't remember if there was a line there on purpose. Itty bitty little ears, which he does have decently smaller ears. I think these are probably too big. I could probably make them smaller. It's more of a Yoko Kurama fox ear, so maybe that is worth modifying. I'll make a duplicate layer so I can... Which layer did I do it on? This one? I'll make a duplicate so we're not hurting the original. But I think I need to make his ears a bit smaller. I tried not to look at the real reference, just so it was like remaking this character semi from memory, but because it's in my style, it helps to have less of that, like the what it should look like design, because then I will overthink it. So I don't know, they're probably like smaller like that. That's probably accurate, more accurate to Inuyasha. Yeah. So longer ears corrected with shorter ears, which means I probably gotta correct this. Oh no. Oh no. Blech. Wrong layer. Wrong layer. So yeah, there's our Inuyasha. Kagome. I think that's pretty much... I mean, the style of these artists is very particular, so it's hard to compare. I did remember that she had the blue, and it's always hard to like do black hair colored in and make it look not just flat. Oh, she had a red. She had a red scarf. I just made her scarf and everything green, so would have to fix that. But there's Kagome. There's my old Kagome. And there's what would be my current style of Kagome. So, yeah. There it is. It's great. Oh, let's get back to the chat. Oh, Maggie's got a recipe for us in here. Whoop, 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 I scrolled too far. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, so the sauce is 1 jar orange marmalade, 1 tea ginger, maybe 1 teaspoon, 1 tablespoon sesame oil, half a cup garlic, free teriyaki, 1 ounce of sesame seeds, and 2 tablespoons medium or seasoned rice vinegar. Obviously warm the marmalade before, pouring all in a bullet blender and puree until smooth. Now I'm more hungry. Much more hungry. Much more hungry. I made like a pack of fajitas, but I can't eat it all because that should be left for somebody else's dinner. So I'm just gonna sit here and be hungry. Phoenix comes in with, in honor of Throwback Thursday, I incorporated my weighted hula hoop into my workout. First time I've used it in years and I've still got it. Gonna have to try that at some point, Maggie. Yeah, that sauce sounds so good. Shayna says, I love the drawing process. Kitty's been listening to her audiobook and knitting wrist warmers for her mom. He got older. Yes, I mean, it's 23 years later, so even at a half demon's aging pace, he had to get a little bit older. I guess I could make him look younger. I guess I could. I mean, yeah, I could. Don't overthink it. I'm not overthinking it. But yeah, canonically he does get older. So. Sheena says, I love Kurama. Yes, we'll have one of these throwbacks is definitely going to be Yu Yu Hakusho, because you know. I like that idea of him being older. If you say he looks so sad without his ears. Yeah, he's just a regular boy. That's well, if his hair was black, it'd be regular. It'd be human version of or his human side. I always get hungry during our sprints. Yeah, just during these whole streams, it's like here I am. I can't even eat because I gotta talk. Shayna had meatloaf with potatoes again. It's dinner for the next 5 nights. That's a good, yummy dinner. So just switch it up. Maybe put some barbecue sauce instead of ketchup, or I don't know, some different veg, something. But meatloaf and potatoes sounds really good. Maggie says, do you want to know that I use a mix of oils, peanut, canola, and sesame because things fried in flavored oils taste better? Oh. You've got all the tricks over there, Maggie. Have you thought of doing a recipe book? I think everybody here would really enjoy a Maggie's recipe book. Just saying. Mama Maggie makes... That's it. That's your title. Mama Maggie makes. Go from there. Kitty needs a constant flow of snacks for stream. Fair. It is like a little... we are just hanging out. We're hanging out. We're somewhat being productive and doing things. And we're just having a good time. So my mom wanted to save your recipe, Maggie, so she screenshotted the chat and then she texted it to me. Ha ha ha. Good idea. So I guess if any of y'all want to save that recipe, now is your chance. Now is your chance. Yes, Mama Maggie Makes could also be videos. Everybody loves to follow a recipe. All these opportunities out there, guys. So many opportunities. Oh, that's what I forgot. I forgot to put the 10-minute timer on so I didn't talk too long. But I will remember. Oh no, Thog's neighbor is outside in 25 degrees yelling to whatever. Everybody's got one of those. And yeah, my mom is writing a memories recipe book, so it's like a bunch of her childhood memories with her siblings and the recipes that my parent or grandparents used to make. So it'd be interesting to see it come together, and then I can adapt it into the calendar that I was gonna do last year. I don't know where these hiccups came from. But we're caught up with the chat. I need to run to the restroom, so I think we're gonna jump back into Sprinty Sprant. Oh, I minimized. Oh no, oh no. Hitting too many buttons. Hitting too many buttons. What have I done? Okay, it's up. Perfect. I'll just leave this up here while I run to the potty, and then I'm gonna work on the next sketch of the two of them, since we all know they get together and then they have their Yashahime daughter. So yeah, we'll take this and run to the restroom. So let me put the timer. 30 minutes. Okay. Starting the timer, guys. Countdown. And we will be back from this sprint in 30 minutes. 3, 2, 1, go! We're back in action, guys. Back, and we have turned our sketch into some line art. Save, always save. Yeah, just trying to be a little cozy with the two of them. It's one of those where the character has technically asymmetrical hair and it doesn't look right when it's going the other way, but if it was on the other side of her head, it would cover too much of his face. Duplicate the layer. Just humor me, right? Just humor me. I'm sure this is not going to be as easy as just flipping it. We're going to pretend just to see what it looks like, right? Oh, nope, that has to go the other way. Why does it do that? Why does it like flip it? Flip it? I don't know. I mean, I guess since his eye is closed and we're already obscuring it, we could fix her hair that way. But I would have to definitely go in and tweak that line art. Faux show. Faux show. Are we doing this? I think we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it. So bear with me, guys, momentarily while we test this theory out. What we might do even is draw this part way further over. That's the nice thing about working digitally is I can really manipulate stuff once I see that it's wrong. Whereas you can't quite do that on paper unless you're redrawing and kind of like tracing and then redrawing and all that good stuff. Ugh, my goodness, if I would just remember when I'm hitting eraser, just get in there and erase all that good stuff. Just erase all that good stuff. Don't worry, I made a duplicate, so I'm not just throwing stuff away. Promise. Ugh. I promise there's a method to this madness, y'all. That way it looks just a little bit more like Kagome. I don't know. It was throwing me off when her hair was going in the other direction. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Oh, there's something wrong in this shape. Something wrong in this shape. That thing's coming down too sharp. So it's kind of like... Actually, that might all be... Kagome. Yeah, that's kind of how I drew it before, so I guess we're gonna go with that and tweak some things. Pardon me, pardon me. I've not forgotten about you guys. I've simply when you have the inspiration, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. And it didn't take that long. It didn't didn't take that long to fix her up for the most part. Like, we definitely got some overlay of lashes and stuff from flipping it, but we can fix that too. Clean her up nice. No, no, turn off the eraser. Why is it so thick? I know why it's so thick. Okay. That does look better to me. Versus having her hair. I mean, I guess it's fine. It's the same. It's the same. But I already put effort into this new one, so we're gonna stick with the new one. Okay, cool. Awesome. Pop back and check on the chat here. I think I need to add essentially a chat bubble on this screen, so when I'm done drawing, I can still see you guys without having to go back here, but that's fine. That's fine. Boom, 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 boom. That needs to catch. That needs to catch. So I'm gonna look at my master here. Oh, Maggie and my mom had a full-on like conversation there. What are y'all? What? Y'all been going? Okay, Memories recipe book is the last thing I remember seeing in Mr. Hansy. Maggie says the Pagosa Cliffs Anemones books have velvet cake recipes in the back. Oh no, Phoenix's neighbor is currently convinced I poisoned his dog, which we all can vouch that you would never do such a thing, so objection. Yeah, the weird neighbors be weirding. Mom's working on her little recipe book during her own sprints every day. And Maggie says, if you go to my Inkit page in the book, Cora are a bunch of recipes. Then they kind of dive into what the link is. Shayna's going to start rewatching Spirit Pact on the sprint. Just finished it a few days ago, but it's calling my name. Moroha. Morohami. Wait. Are you just trying to get me to watch another show? Oh my god, so Thog's neighbor is trying to sing like Born in the USA. You are living strange times, my friend. Yeah, and then my mom and Maggie are having their own little conversation, and there's some linkage, so if you guys are curious about some of those recipes, definitely check that out. And I think this I Love Them from Sheena is for our drawings here. Phoenix says, Moto Kitty insisted on being, on needing attention, I guess, essentially, whom I did deny him, so I looked through my thrift books wish list, and I have a credit I could spend, and thought about what food I want to eat tonight. Still hungry. Fine watching you do touch-ups. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Might do a protein brownie, microwavable with cookies and cream ice cream on top and caramel syrup over it all. And Kitty's once again making cookies. So the baking and baking adjacent has begun, it seems. Everybody's taking over their hungry tummies. And we're going till 10 tonight, guys. So we do have over an hour. We'll probably be able to get 2 more sprints in. I don't know how much further I want to work on this right now, but I also feel like I won't come back to it. Like, I'll just leave it as line art and then go off into my own world. So I have to accept that either, I am leaving it at line art and calling it Happy Camper, or if I want to render it, because I do need to work on some other stuff. I do need to do that, guys. Still have not made, we've not reached the level I wanted to reach with you know what, but I think I'll spend one sprint putting color to it. Whatever I get done is done, and we'll accept it, and then we'll try to use the last sprint to, but then there's only gonna be one sprint, and then I'll be like, well, I've already done this much. Oh well, it's Throwback Thursday. I do what I want. We're gonna make this pretty. We're gonna make this pretty. I'm gonna reset the timer for the sprint so we can start here momentarily. Interested in that too. Alright. So yeah, without, if there's not too much else going on, except for making us hungry, I suppose we can just keep sprinting, and then you guys can go get your cookies and your brownies and your recipes, and I'll just color. I can do that. That's totally fine. Phoenix asks, what kind of cookies, kitty? What kind of cookies you making today? What kind of cookies? I also need to pick a new background thingamabob. I usually just throw up like YouTube so I don't have to really listen, but somehow having somebody talking that I'm allowed to ignore, it fills my empty space a little bit better when I'm drawing. I've learned that trying to watch a show does not work. I just find a lot of commentary stuff and whatever. Nothing singing to me. I guess we'll look at more Jurassic Park theories. Well, there's some Lake Placid stuff. We can't listen to anything serious either. We have to. It has to be like kind of dinosaurs. Yeah, dinosaurs are good. We like dinosaurs. We've listened to a lot of dinosaurs recently, though. Any art people talking about stuff? No. I don't know, man. I guess we'll just throw on something random. Learn about something. Who knows? Alright, Shayna is heading out. I will share the drawings in the Discord, and I will remember to sign them, and eventually they'll go. Actually, I should post them on Instagram right away so I don't forget that as well. So yes, good night, have a good time, and yay for Inuyasha. I'm glad you were here for this one. Kitty's making browned butter sour cherry cookies with 3 kinds of chocolate. Well, dang. I'd have no idea how they would taste, but I'd be more than willing to try them if teleportation were a thing, says Phoenix. Relatable me trying to find something to eat. Yeah, it's the same. Trying to find something to just throw on and something to eat. Or to watch, yeah. Okay, we're caught up, so we are also going to jump into next 30 minutes. I am popping the timer up right here, right now. 30 minutes on the clock. Let's get it done. Let's do it. We're gonna sprint in 3, 2, 1, go! hit a button and I don't know how to get the screen back to normal. What did I shoot? No. No, okay. Okay. It is space tab for future me. Space tab. So yeah, I just got base colors down. I don't understand what's going on with this pixelation in Kagome's hair. But when I draw with the brush, it gives me this gray line. We don't like that. And I can't, like, I didn't change any of my settings, and it's not, I guess I can't really tell if it's doing it elsewhere. Yeah, it's not really doing that elsewhere, so it might be just the layer. Let me try it, a new layer. No, it's still doing that. I don't know why this happens when I do dark. Nope. That doesn't do anything for me. Like, I know the brush that I'm using does have like not necessarily a faded edge, but a inconsistent edge, which is why I usually don't use it to do line art, because then when I fill in the black or a dark color, it is weird. But I really hope that's not the case, because the last page that I inked for Kuro Kenshin, I did use this brush because it just felt better. And am I low-key gonna regret that? I might have to check that out on the next sprint. Yeah, so it's just odd. Like, why are you giving me a line around it? I just want her to have blue highlights in her hair. Anywho, so yeah, I don't know if I have anything in particular to say. It's pretty simple, pretty basic, and pretty dark on screen for you guys. So I don't even know if you can even see that bit, but okay, Kitty can see the blue in the hair. Yeah, I just don't know why it's outlining weird. Let me check if I missed anything else in the chat. Oh, we had the cookies. Thog had to go to work. Bye, Thog. Bye, Thog. And then Phoenix is having fun eating dessert first. Kid me would totally approve. It is Throwback Thursday, so let your inner child run free. Run free. So now I'm also looking at her face like it's a little... Am I just going crazy? I know we said don't overthink it, but I'm overthinking it. I've overthought it. We'll just bring some of that back momentarily. Is that the right color? I don't know. I think I'm just meant to work in black and white more. Sometimes the color just, it doesn't get along with me. It just doesn't get along. I don't know. Now I think that I'd shift it to much center. Why are we overthinking it? Why are we overthinking it? We should not overthink it, because we've come so far from, well, this. But now that I'm looking at that, Inuyasha does have a darker skin tone. And I didn't do his beads. But yeah, we've come a long way. We've come a good long way from Sketchbook 2003. So we're happy with that. We appreciate that. We've grown, we've increased our skills. We're happy with that. We're not going to overthink it. We're not going to overthink it. Promise. Thank you, Phoenix. We're going to push through and not overthink too much of it. And we'll have one more sprint. So let me see if I can add... think I have to be over here to do it. I think I should be able to add a text. We're gonna call it final, oops, final sprint. And I should just be able to add it on the screen. Nope, I don't need it to be that big. Ooh, do a gradient. No, we won't do a gradient. We'll just keep it simple. I should have it with a shadow though. Outline, outline head. Make sure your outline is visible. Okay. There we go. And then we'll make it a wee bit smaller. We'll stick it down here for final sprint. And then I can turn it off. I can turn it on. It's all good. All good. Fennec says there's been so much obvious growth. I think it's so awesome to see where it starts to now. I agree. Like, I always love seeing people progress, and they're like me drawing 10 years later. It's so inspiring, and I think not just me, but I know other people probably like get caught up in what they're doing, and it's always needing to improve, needing to put stuff out, needing to be perfect, and then it's like, just look at where you came from, right? So I think in this final sprint, I'm just gonna find a way to make this picture as good as I can be right now, or as good as it can be right now, and just make it pretty. And I don't know what's going on with that blue in the hair, but if I have to make a new layer and figure it out, I will. So we're going to do it. Oh, I didn't need that on. Sorry, I left it on. Kitty's made some couscous salad, so I'll eat that during the sprint, and then throw the cookies in the oven. So good. I'm definitely gonna need to grab something when the stream is over, because y'all have made me hungry. I should ask Terry if he even wants fajitas, because he made the other pack last night. Do you want any? Because if not, I'll totally eat them. Did you want any more fajitas? Cause I can and I will eat it all. We'll see. We'll see if I get permission. Okay. Fennec still needs to have actual food for dinner at some point, but dessert was yummy! Yay! Glad you had your little, it was a brownie, right? The microwavable brownie. It's good stuff. It's good. Oh, okay. It's 9:27, so if we jump into our final sprint, we will end just before 10 o'clock, and then we can wrap up and call it a night. The next stream should be Thursday, but next week might have gotten weird because I feel like my schedule for the next 2 weeks is different. Nope, it should be Thursday. We'll do another Throwback Thursday on the 5th, and then the week after is the writing, or under 1,000 subs, under 1,000 subs writer sprint things. I applied to it, like I sent in the form, but I haven't heard back, so I don't know if it's like official. Like, do I just start a stream and then see what happens? In theory, I would be doing that on Sunday the 8th and Wednesday the 11th, so we shall see, but I'll keep you guys updated in the Discord and try to make an actual like schedule as well, because I keep forgetting to like tell like YouTube post or whatever. But that's it. That's all y'all. That's not all y'all. We have one more sprint. Mom is heading out. Okay, good night, Mom. And then yes, the microwave mug brownie with coffee flavor. Ooh, ooh, ice cream and caramel syrup. Yum, 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 yum. You're getting everybody's sweet tooth going tonight. All right, let's do this then. Final sprint, my friends. Final sprint. Let's do it. We have 30 minutes on the clock. 30 minutes. Yay, I can have the fajitas. Oh, hi, Willow. I have one more sprint, baby girl, and I gotta set my timer for 29 minutes and 46 seconds. We're just gonna do 29 minutes so I don't miss it. Okay, cool. Timers are going, guys. Final sprint. Take care of yourselves if you need to get some food or get some stuff done. I'm gonna make this image mine. Again, I guess more mine. Something. 3, 2, 1, sprint! Do, 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 do. We are back and we are done. We are done, y'all. We survived. We drew the thing. The computer did not crash, for the record. We were kind of concerned about that, but the computer... Willow, can you wait? We're almost done. I'm sorry. It's squeaking's a little loud. Willow. Willow. Okay. Well, there's a. I guess I had to tell you. The culprit. Oh, that's my alarm. Come here. Come here. I'll pet you so you don't squeak squeak. Let me catch up with y'all. I'm gonna read it so you guys can kind of see this since I finished. Willow beer. Golden cheese pop back. Willow. No squeak. Willow. No squeakies. I'm sorry. Baby girl. Can we wait? Yes, we can wait. We're such a good girl. Golden cheese forever popped back. Hey. Back, how are you doing? Like the details, very good. We're doing good. We did our throwback. So just to catch everybody up, that's the final, right? This is where we started 23 years ago with Inuyasha and Kagome drawn in, I assume, pencil and crayon even? It could be crayon, it could be colored pencil. It looks kind of like crayon now that I look at like the deep color parts. Way back when with little me. This is what the characters normally look like. There's definitely some distortion now that I changed my color settings, but that's my fault. This was the first sketch we did of them to get our feet wet in my current art style. I definitely like how Inuyasha turned out a little bit more than Kagome. I just don't know what I don't like about Kagome. Like, she's fine, but you know, it's just one shot. And then we drew them together in this final scene. Just threw some shading on and some depth layers, and just we finished it. We finished it, and I did sign it down there. I did sign it, so I did not forget. And that was our Throwback Thursday for January. Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. I know you love the squeaky music, but it was blowing out my mic sign on my, like, supervised, my backstage screen. It was blowing it out, so I'm sure she will be happy to squeak again soon. Kitty says, oh, the shading. Yeah, hell, why are you trying to deprive us of the squeakies? Phoenix says, love it. Am I missing where you signed it? Okay, I see where you signed it. Okay, yep, right down there in the corner. Alright, apparently they want you to keep squeaking. You can squeak. I'm sorry, baby girl. Come here. Come here. Come here. Where's this pretty girl at? Where is she at? Where is she at? Yeah, is that your octopus? That's your brother's octopus. You'll keep taking it from him. Alright. Oh. I think I can turn it down on my side. Goodness, you love that squish. She loves killing. Killing. Right. Oh no. Will we bring it back? Yeah. So yeah, that was a really nice exercise to do. I don't think I can do it every Thursday just because I do have to do pages still for you know what. But it's nice to maybe once or twice a month be able to do like a true throwback, do some fan art, and I will post that in all the places. But thank you guys for kind of getting me through it and telling me to just do it. Just do it and not overthink it. So that really helped. Like I said, the next stream for sure will be the next Creative Commons on the 5th of February. And if anything changes or when I get like a fuller schedule, I'll post that as well in the Discord chat, and on YouTube, on the little community post. So yeah, thank you guys again. Phoenix says such beautiful music, Willow Bear. Willow Bear is a fantastic composer. Thank you for joining in and being creative with us. And Kitty also says thanks for the squeaks and sprints and art. So thank you guys again. I think I have to hit, oh shoot. Let me pull it up because I hit the wrong button yesterday. So it was like still going for a little bit before I hit the right button. So I just want to make sure that I am hitting the right button the first time. So I'm just going to pull it up on my screen so I can see live like you guys. Is that all the way? Yeah, that should be all the way. Okay. Yeah. Nope, I jumped back. Shoot. Shoot-a-dee-doo. All right. Well, good night, guys. Hopefully this works the first time, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care of yourselves. Hydrate. It's still Thirsty Thursday, even though we're doing a throwback. But I'll see you when I'll see you.